Hello everyone, it's Tindragoonies here, and I'm bored, and it's 3:40 in the morning, so I made a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. I have not played Yu-Gi-Oh since the beginning of Zexal, so bear with me here as I try to gather what I could to make this deck as OP as possible. So, we've got my extras, which include XYZs and such. We're just gonna separate those. That does not belong in there. Okay. Fucking. Oh my god. Alright, so we're just gonna put those over to the side. We don't really need these for now. We're gonna review these. Okay. So, we have basic XYZs. Like I said, most of these XYZs are from the, what was it? It's a beginner's deck, I think it was called. It has most of the main XYZs. I'm just gonna take a look at them here. We have, fucking the reflection. Let me cover my flash for a second. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Alright. That'll do. You have a Gachi Tetsu. Number 39, Utopia. Number 34, Terabyte. They're all rare. Ganosaurus. I have a Lava Dual Slasher. A Gravity Warrior. A Void Ogre Dragon. And a Sacred Warrior. Okay, now I'll turn back my flash. Alright, so, these are Synchro Summons. This one needs, you can't really read it. Let me try and focus. There we go. You need a Dark Tuner and one or more non-tuner monsters. For this one, you need a tuner and one or more non-tuner. Just any tuner. This run requires one tuner and non-tuner fire monsters. So as long as you have a tuner and then a non-fire monster, and a fire monster, that'll summon that. And Sacred Warrior requires one tuner and one or more non-tuner monsters, so it doesn't really matter with this. All rare, as you can see, my sleeves are beat up as fuck, so don't mind that. Then these are just XYZs, plain normal, that most people have in an XYZ extras deck. Okay, so I do not have, although I want, Ghost Utopia, and then the other Utopia. There's like 3 fucking Utopias now, or 4, that's what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck. Alright, so I have this separated. We have my monsters here. Then we have my spells here. And then my traps. So we're gonna work on our monsters since that's the biggest pile I have. Okay. So for my monsters, I have Herald of Creation. I have the White Stone of Legend, Exiled Force, Vice Dragon, Sangan. I'm working on getting a new card. My friend gave this card to me. As you can see, it's fucking bent in half. But it's a really OP card. That's why I still have it in here, and I'm going to fuck. I'm looking for a new one. It's not bent, and I'll replace it at the time. Okay, then we have a Kaiba Man. Let's focus this out a little bit better. Oops. And we have a Gentlemander, which is pretty cool because it has a really good effect, which is what I like about it, is when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can special summon this card from your hand, and they cannot attack any monsters except for this one. So basically, if you have it in your hand, and they're about to attack like an opponent monster, like, no, fuck, you attack this one, and you're safe. So that's a good card. And we have Lord of D here. Everyone knows the Lord of D's effect, and we have 2 of them. Then I have one Blue Eyes White Dragon. Yeah, as you can see here, this is so reflective. Would be better. Oh well. Dark Flare Dragon. That's really OP. Chaos Sorcerer has a really good effect. A Light Pulsar Dragon. A Dodger Dragon. UFO Turtle. Red Eyes Black Chick. Then we have a Dark Blade. Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, 2 Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragons. Then I have a Light and Darkness Dragon, an Effect Veiler, a Different Dimension Dragon, Eclipse Wyvern, Summoner Monk, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, Red Eyes Black Dragon, and Fire Sorcerer. As you've noticed, it's all dragons and summoners and all that good stuff. So that's enough of all the monsters. I forgot how many there are in total. There's something like 30, or maybe a little bit less, 27, something like that. Now, I have my traps. We have a damage vaccine Omega Max. When you take damage by battle or by a card effect, so if it's a trap card or anything like that, it would work because it's the effect of the card. So when you take any type of damage, basically, you gain life points equal to the damage you took. So let's say they're gonna attack you with directly with a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and you have this down. You basically say, haha, fuck you. You've lost the game because now I have plus 3,000 life points. So yeah, there's that. Then I have Mirror Force. Ooh, Mirror Force. When an opponent... Everyone knows what Mirror Force is. I don't even need to explain it. There's 2 of them. Then I have Trap Hole, Burst Breath, which is a really good card for dragon decks. Call of the Hound, which is good for this type of dragon deck. I'll explain later. The Huge Revolution is over. It's just an OP card in all. Overall, one of them is in here. Oops. Dragon's Rebirth. Like I said, it's another good card. Good for a dragon deck. Escape from the Dark Dimension. I'll explain that later. Rengaki Break, that's a good card just in general, and Photon Current, which is good for anything that really is light. I mean, it says Photon, that's why most people have this card in a Photon deck, but it's just overall really an OP card for any dragons with a light, or any really monsters with a light affinity. So, let's look through our spells. So what we've got here are spell cards out of this deck. Same deck. Let's focus on this one. We've got Lucky Iron Axe, which basically the monster gains 500, and when your monster dies, gains 500 attack. And when it dies, you get a card. You get to draw. Then we've got Burst Stream of Destruction, which is basically a really OP card needed for anyone who has a Blue Eyes White Dragon on their deck. In their deck, I need another Blue Eyes White Dragon that'll help get this card more effect. Winged Beat of a Giant Dragon, good for a dragon's deck. Damping Destruction, it's a good card. Inferno Fire Blast, it's for Red Eyes Black Dragon, really OP. Monster Reincarnation, everyone knows that's OP. The Flute of Summoning Dragon, I believe I have 2 of them. Fissure, there's a second Fissure. Full Force Strike, it's really good. DDR is also another good. There's a second Flute of Summoning Dragon. Book of Moon, Mystical Space Typhoon, and I was wondering where this was. It got separated from the traps, but this is another damage vaccine, Omega Max. So I'm gonna add that back into the trap section. So we've got our spells, traps, and monsters. Now, I'm gonna show you guys how these all work together. Now, let's just discuss this here. So what we've got here are a bunch of spells. I'm going to show you guys how these spells work together. Now, so for the most part, they're pretty simplistic. This gets rid of trap cards. Helps if there's a really OP monster. This is to summon dragons with Lord D. I have 2 Lord Ds, that's why. This, we're going to explain this. Now, most of the dragons in this deck have some effect that banishes the card or sends them to the graveyard. Now that's why most of my spell cards, let's try and get this to focus. There it goes. Okay, most of the cards in here are all about getting cards or monsters, better yet, either from the graveyard or from being banished. That's what they do. That's good. So, jump cut real quick, and I'm going to shuffle all these together, and I'll be back to show you guys a playtest. Alright guys, we're back, and I've just shuffled this deck, so I'm going to show you guys how this works. Now excuse my old covers, They're Konami sleeves. And they're really old, like a year probably. Alright, so we're gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we're starting 5. Alright, just off the bat, I did not shuffle this well at all. Fuck me in the ass. Our starting are all spells and all traps in one spell. We're fucked. If you get something like this, try to go first. We're basically just gonna put these all down. We basically have a really good defense starting off. Hopefully we get a monster. Fuck me in the ass. Now we have a monster. This is useless. Fuck me in the ass. Fuck me harder in the ass. Now we have a monster. Now we have Vice Dragon. We can summon that if we don't have a monster. That's good. Now we have Light Pulsar Dragon. And fuck me in the ass again. Well, this deck is not going well. I did not shuffle correctly. As you can see, it was like 3 monsters, then it was a bunch of spell cards and traps. So, fuck. But that was that. The deck's going to be listed on eBay for starting of 65. I will re-sleeve them if you want, because these sleeves are kind of fucked up. They will come in a deck box. So yeah, there's that. Hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, check out the eBay link and such.